sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Peach State. Welcome to Georgia, where Freddie Falcons soars from the rafters inside Mercedes-Benz Stadium, just west of downtown Atlanta. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap. It's the Seattle Seahawks and the Atlanta Falcons.
Here are your Atlanta Falcons.
Mike Tirico, alongside Greg Olson and Jason Myers, has us set to get started. From Mercedes-Benz Stadium. They'll get across the 20, knock him down at 23-yard line. Well, Falcons come out there led by Michael Penix, the second-year quarterback out of Washington. Greg taking over late last year and winning the job as the Atlanta starting quarterback.
I always like studying quarterbacks in year two. I think rookie year, there can either be a lot of growth, right? There's the biggest ability to take that jump, but there's also some struggles you have to work through. In year two, a full offseason, really understanding the playbook. Things have kind of slowed down for you. I feel like year two is a really good indicator of what long-term success looks like for any young quarterback.
He's got this to Bijan Robinson. And he's out of bounds. Gain of 4. And it'll bring up second down.
Trying to get the running back here going early on the first play, Mike. But what that does is it opens things up for the rest of the passing game. Show this defense our running back is not an afterthought. He is a priority to our passing attack.
Now Penix to throw on second down. Escaping to his left. He'll tuck it and take off. And he wisely hit the deck at the end of that one. No unnecessary shot there. It is a first down.
38 yards. That's good for a Falcons.
You know this defense worked all week defending this quarterback as a scrambler, as a runner. But sometimes it's just hard to simulate until you see him in real life. His speed, his ability to create. We saw him get him here early on the big scramble. He's able to pick up the first down and keep the drive alive.
Caught right side, it's London. And he'll be out of bounds. A pickup, though, of 6.
Drake London out of bounds at the 38-yard line. The gain of 7 brings up second and 3.
From the 38 now, here's second down and 3. They'll run it for the first time with Bijan Robinson. And he'll be taken down at the 25-yard line. It's a pickup of 12. It's good for a Falcons first down.
Let's give some love to the big guys up front here, Mike. The offensive line is looking good here early to start the game. Couple nice big explosive runs. Expect them to continue to lean on the big guys up front as the rest of this game unfolds.
You're going to go play action with Penix. In trouble, and down he goes. That is DeMarcus Lawrence in there for the sack.
This is a great reminder of why it's so important to have great offensive tackles. When you get beat so fast off the edge, the quarterback has nowhere to go in the pocket to escape, and that's what happens.
On second down, here's Penix. Oh, got him again the second time with a sack on this opening drive.
Brings up third down.
Leonard Williams gets him for a loss of 4. And that'll set up third down.
His defensive line clearly has offense. They've got to find a way to settle their pass protections. If they want to be able to get their quarterback in any sort of established rhythm and timing going forward, they're going to have to do a lot better job protecting them early in this game. That's already 2 sacks allowed.
Pitts is the man in motion. Now Penix on third and long. Headed left, buying time. Well, 3rd and 19, no problem, as they convert for the first down.
22 yards. That's another Falcons. 1st and 10 at the 12-yard line.
You certainly can't fault the secondary here. The coverage was almost too good downfield on 3rd down. The quarterback realized quickly there was nowhere for him to go with the ball, decides to become a runner. He's able to pick up the 1st down and some.
And showing the quick feet there as he gets forward for a pickup of 3.
At the 8-yard line. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
2nd and 7. Out of the shotgun, it's Penix. Very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete. Ray McLeod was the one he was looking for there. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Well, it's probably one of the most used cliches in football, but I think this is probably the appropriate use of missed opportunity. I mean, he's open in the end zone. All he has to do now is catch it. So that's a play they're going to look back on at the end of this.
And they're going to track him down. He couldn't find a receiver, and down he goes.
Let's give a lot of credit to the defensive plan that this coaching staff has come up with coming into today's game. Every time it seems like the offense makes an adjustment, the defense counterpunches. Different looks, different fronts, different pressure packages. They have had all the answers so far, and the sacks just keep piling up.
4th down, and the Falcons turn to Younghoe Koo for the field goal. Officially, a 29-yard attempt. Koo's kick is good, and the Falcons will take a 3-0 lead.
You know, they did a lot of good things on this opening drive, Mike. I know they stalled out once they got down there into the red zone. They're going to need to work on finishing some of these drives as this game moves along. But that's a good 3 points to start this game.
Three points on that opening drive. We'll see the response as the kick's away. He fields it at the 8. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. Seahawks come out, and they are led by a new quarterback, Sam Darnold. From USC, he's bounced around for his first 7 seasons. This is 5th different franchise as he starts year 8 in the NFL, and Greg, it's year 1 with the Seahawks.
If he's going to lead his team to a win, he has to be smart with his decision-making. The last thing you want to do is give the opposing team an extra possession solely because you got reckless with the ball. As long as he is calculated with those risks, I think they have a good chance today coming out on top.
And he finds some space, tackled after a gain of 7 on 1st down.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
From the 31, here is 2nd and 3. Keep it on the ground and keep it with Walker. And he's going to struggle to get back to the line, maybe a yard. Jordan Fuller in that time for the stop.
It's a gain of a yard, and it's 3rd down.
They'll look to pick this up 3rd and a yard. Try and run it with Walker. 1st down and more to the 45. An electrifying run, bringing it all the way inside the 15-yard line.
Tackled by Jordan Fuller.
A big play for Seattle. 56 yards.
And the Seahawks.
Well, I'm not sure you're going to find a better example of just pure speed in the open field than that run right there. I mean, when he got past the first wave, you got the sense that he might just be able to outrun everybody on the field.
The coverage too good downfield. They'll wind up taking him down.
Certainly one way to bounce back here defensively after giving up a huge explosive play on the previous snap. To bounce back and come away with the sack. Now you find yourself in 2nd and long. You can catch your breath, and the opportunity to get off the field has just gone up.
Go play action with Darnold. And he's not going to be able to get away. Good defense on the perimeter. It'll be a loss of yardage.
We call them safeties because they're usually the last line of defense, but not here. On this play, he's up there at the line of scrimmage attacking the offense, and he takes him down for a negative play.
3rd and long. From the shotgun, here's Darnold. Forced out left. He'll try to run for it. He got a lot of what he needed, but just not enough. The mark is a couple of yards shy of the first down. Here comes 4th down.
And that's a pretty good effort here on 3rd and long. He had nowhere to go down the field. The defense is playing real soft. He pulls it down and did all he could, but he's still going to end up being short of the first down.
Early big play here. They're going to go for it on 4th down. They'll try it now with Walker. And he's not going to get there. The defense was ready for it, and they stuff him on 4th down. The Falcons offense ready to see the football for the 2nd time. They are backed up about as far as you can be, operating from their own 2-yard line.
No separation, nothing easy, baby.
They'll start on the ground with Robinson. He steers clear of the first tackler, working his way forward for a gain of about 4.
Taken down at his own 7-yard line. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Second and 5. From the gun, it's Penix. That's over the middle and intercepted. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the goal line. Nearly a pick 6, but he does set up the offense with 1st and goal.
You know, typically when you decide you're going to throw the ball this close to your own end zone, you're thinking sack, you're thinking safety. But in this case, you also have to worry about the defense really trying to jump your passes, really trying to be aggressive. And in this case, they're thinking they get their shot at a pick 6, ends up just being an interception. Either way, great field position, great play.
So now, after the interception, a sudden change situation. 1st and goal. Charbonnet is in. Touchdown, Seattle.
Touchdown, Seattle.
That is a dream scenario. The offense handed the ball 1st and goal, and Greg, they take it to the end zone for 6.
They're not going to have many easier drives than that, Mike. I mean, to get the ball, not only in a short field, but in a goal-to-go situation, you don't get a lot of those chances. You have to cash them in, and that's exactly what they were able to do.
Jason Myers on to attempt the extra point. He knocks it through. And the Seahawks move out to a 7-3 lead.
Falcons 3.
After the TD, Myers comes on now to kick it away. Ray McLeod on the return. Get across the 20, mark him at the 22-yard line. Here comes the Atlanta offense now. They get set to take over once more. So 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 22. Off the play fake. Here's the lefty Penix. A throw left side, but it's going to wind up incomplete. Trying to get it to Kyle Pitts.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
It's second down.
22-yard line.
Well defended there. The quarterback's trying to attack this defense outside the numbers. Those really wide angle throws near the sideline sometimes can be very hard to defend, so give a lot of credit to this secondary. They were all on the same page, and the ball falls incomplete.
On 2nd down, Penix. Now a screen going to be set up for Robinson, and they'll work this close to a 1st down, maybe just a tad short.
A gain of 9 brings up 3rd and 1.
3rd and a yard. They'll try to run for it with Robinson. Oh, he didn't need much. I don't think he got there. Going to depend on the spot, but it looks like he is short.
The best linebackers at this level, Mike, they have all the physical attributes. That's a given. But it's really their instincts. It's their ability to dissect and predetermine where the ball is going before the ball is even snapped. And you could see with how fast he met the back at the point of attack, he knew exactly what play was coming.
Cannot get away. Great job down there to hold him to a short return. Out comes the Seattle offense as they get ready for their next possession. Off the bootleg. Here's Darnold. That's to the rookie from Miami, Elijah Arroyo.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1 at the 35-yard line.
2nd and a yard. Straight ahead. It's Walker. He'll try to get back to the line, but it's not happening. Gonna lose a yard.
The offense thinks that they can just kind of plow this one up there in the middle and keep the chains moving, but not on this defense. Not only do they not pick up the 1st down, but after suffering that loss, now they've got some decisions to make on 3rd down.
On 3rd and 2, it's Darnold. He'll try and get there on the ground. And he's into a slide to avoid the contact. Does so successfully, and it's a 1st down.
A gain of 14. 1st down, Seattle.
This is exactly how it's supposed to look on 3rd down. His eyes are downfield, nothing materializes. He quickly decides he can do it himself, picks up the 1st down, and then to protect himself with the slide, well done.
Run up the middle, it's Walker. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
You could just see the frustration on the running back's face as he's getting helped up off the ground. Like, there was just nowhere to go from the moment he was handed the ball. Give credit to the defense. Great job.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Off the play fake, it's Darnold. Looking for his tight end there, but led him too far. And it's an incompletion.
I think he just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver in a tight spot.
Throwing on third down is Darnold. That's caught. It's Kenneth Walker. It's a pickup of 13 yards. It's good for a Seahawks first down.
First down, Seahawks.
So a big third down hookup takes us to the break. 7-3 is our score. Greg and I back in Atlanta after this. Seahawks football beginning this second quarter. They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40 as we are ready to get back underway. Off the play fake. Here's Darnold. This one not quite on target. Let him too much, and that one falls incomplete. Cooper Kupp was the intended receiver. And it'll bring up second down.
And when you look down the field, Mike, there's just really nobody creating any real separation. And instead, he tries to give one of his guys a 50-50 contested catch opportunity. But with the coverage as tight as it was, it just falls incomplete.
That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very good there. Contact jarring the ball loose. And it's going to force third down.
He decides to go with this safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
A couple of third down conversions already on this drive. This one tougher. This is 3rd and 10. To throw again is Darnold. Oh, he couldn't set his feet, but he completes it anyway. And a good job here defensively. They did not let him get away. He's well short of the first down marker.
And it seems like he just cut that route a little too short. He's got to get more depth on the initial stem, and that way he makes sure when he catches the ball, it's beyond the sticks.
On 4th down, the veteran Jason Myers for the Seattle field goal. His kick is good. And the Seahawks go out to a 10-3 lead.
So anytime an offense comes off the field after settling for 3, you always have to take the good with the bad. In order to get down there in field goal range, you had to do something positive to move the ball. But at the same time, how are we going to be able to finish these drives and convert for 6 the next time we get down there?
So Myers back out there at the field goal a moment ago. Now set to kick this one away. Jamal Agnew now to return. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The Falcons offense ready to come back out for this next possession. From the 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10. The drive will begin here with a run by Robinson. And he'll be met in the backfield and drop behind the line of scrimmage.
I can promise you that is not how they wanted to start this drive, Mike. I mean, to get blown up at the point of attack, there was just nowhere for the back to go on that run.
So after the loss on 1st, here's 2nd and 14. From the gun, here is Penix. Oh, and this one's going to wind up incomplete. That's one you'd think he'd be able to corral. But he can't find the handle, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down.
It's now 3rd down.
The whole idea of that short pass is designed to get the ball into the hands of the receiver in space and let him do the rest after the catch. But the key word there, Mike, is get the ball into the hands of the receiver. He doesn't secure the catch, so there is no run after.
Now, deep ball for London. That is incomplete. Great work to get in there, make things difficult defensively, and it sets up 4th down.
I just don't like the look of this passing game, Mike. It just seems a bit erratic. On top of the 2 straight incompletions, they've already turned the ball over through the air. And truthfully, with how dangerous some of these throws have been, they're lucky it hasn't been even more.
Here's Bradley Pinion now, as he's on to punt for the 2nd straight drive. And he's going to be brought down after a short return, and that's where his team will get possession of the football. And play halted for a moment. We have an injured Seahawk player. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. The throw on first down is Darnold. Complete to the former Buckeye, Jackson Smith-Njigba.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's 2nd and 3. Here's a handoff to Walker. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there.
So there's multiple factors, Mike, that make blitzes successful. So, of course, there's the initial design. Can you attack the vulnerabilities of the offense's blocking scheme? And then in this case, the next phase is the timing. You can see this linebacker knew exactly when that ball was going to be snapped. The offensive line had no chance to identify and pick him up, and he was able to bring him down for a loss. So the hope is your 1/3 down conversion from really jump-starting a possession that ultimately leads in points, but after that 3rd down incompletion, kind of throws a wrench into those plans.
So it's 4th down. The Seahawks send out the Aussie Michael Dixon to punt. The Falcons are going to send Jamal Agnew deep to return. The Falcons offense ready to take over once again.
They're on 17-yard line.
First down, it's Robinson. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's 2nd down.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
Now Penix. That's caught left side by Pitts. And he'll get about 3 here on 2nd down before he's out of bounds.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 6.
They need to get it to the 27. This is 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down. Here's Penix. And this is caught on the sideline. Going to have the 1st down. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe not. They say the feet were out of bounds. Wow. Big, tight call there. For the moment, it'll be 4th down.
I'd say one of the most critical elements of a dynamic offense, Mike, is how efficient are you on 3rd down? It's something these teams stress all week. Here's an opportunity to continue to extend this drive. The defense wins this time and brings up 4th down.
The fair catch here. Called for and made beyond the 30-yard line. The Seahawks offense starting to trot out for this next possession. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. This drive starts on the ground with Walker. And he'll gain about 6 there as it's up past the 35-yard line.
Tackle made at the 38-yard line. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Here comes 2nd and 4. A quick throw on the RPO is complete. And he's going to be taken down right at midfield. First time the two have connected this afternoon, and it'll wind up being a first down.
The timing of these RPO concepts, that's the entire key. Remember, Mike, in the college game, they get a 3-yard window that they're allowed to be downfield even on a forward pass. That's not the rule in the NFL. These decisions have to be made quickly. If not, even after a good pickup, you could be coming back due to a flag.
And he's out of bounds, gain of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but first down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable 2nd down.
From the 46, here's 2nd down and 6. On play action, here's Darnold. Outright Smith and Jigba has it. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
A gain of 11 on the
11 yards for number 11.
Seattle.
And a first down.
And nothing matters if this protection isn't able to pick up that blitz. They do a fantastic job of stunting that pass rush just long enough to find an open man downfield.
Shotgun run now with Walker. And he'll get about 6 there, setting up 2nd down.
Brought down by Caden Ellis. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the Falcons' 28-yard line.
Once again, it's Walker.
So, Mike, you know by now my philosophy on 3rd down. If it was up to me, I don't even want to be in 3rd down. I want to get all of my conversions on 1st and 2nd down and be able to stay in those neutral down situations. So it's exactly what they do here. They lean on the ground game and pick up a fresh set of downs.
On the bootleg, he'll look to throw. That one swung out wide to Walker. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
Brings up 2nd and 8. At the 18-yard line.
Second down, 8 yards to go. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He keeps it himself.
Well, let's give credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was nowhere to go with the ball for that quarterback. He had no choice but to just tuck it down himself, and he's able only to pick up a short gain.
Here's a 3rd down and 4. Operating from the gun, it's Darnold. Taking off, he'll try and he'll take this one in. Sam Darnold. Touchdown, Seattle.
That's just such an athletic play by an NFL quarterback, Mike. And you can see he tried to remain a passer as long as possible, but once it became clear there was nowhere to go with the ball, he puts it down and decides to do the rest with his legs, and he's able to take it all the way in for a touchdown.
Now the point after try from Myers. It's up and good. And the Seahawks move out in front by the score of 17-3. After the TD, Myers comes on now to kick it away. McLeod now to return. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. And that's where the offense will take over. The Falcons offense getting set to get back to work. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. Here's Robinson. Nice game here. He's going to be marked down at the 35-yard line. They'll get 11 there. And that's a quick 1st down.
Well, really nice start here to the drive. Early down success. Every offensive coordinator is trying to find ways. How do we pick up 1st downs without having to get to 3rd down? We see it here. Big explosive run. Now the rest of the drive unfolds.
On 1st down, right back to Robinson. He looks forward for maybe a yard. Boye Mafe in on the tackle.
So this team finds themselves now in a little bit of a tricky situation here, Mike. If they don't find a way to start sustaining some of these drives and come away with points, all of a sudden you're trailing by double digits in the 2nd half. You become very one-dimensional. You become very pass-heavy, and that's certainly not how any team in the NFL wants to play.
And that'll go for a gain of 7, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
That's a gain of 7.
The drag route. We used to say this is day 1 install. Every single offense in the NFL has this sort of route, especially for the tight end position. And depending on the speed and the run-after-catch ability of the tight end, sometimes it can lead to some of the biggest gains.
He'll step up and run this. And he will slide to a halt, but he does have the 1st down.
A gain of 12 yards. And the Falcons, 1st down.
Anytime a quarterback decides to tuck it and turn himself into a runner, you can just feel the sideline hold their breath. They're just hoping that he gets down, picks up enough for the 1st down, but more importantly, protects himself so he can get himself back up and continue on.
We'll go play action now with Penix. And he can hang on through the contact. Incomplete. Good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. It'll bring up 2nd down.
And really what stands out to me the most in this 1st half, Mike, is just there's very little separation among these receivers downfield. The quarterback has to throw into a lot of tight windows, contested catches, and they continue to do a nice job separating the ball from the man. Well, it's pretty clear the main reason why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the inefficiency of this offense and primarily out of the quarterback position. I mean, to complete less than half of your pass attempts, it just makes it very hard to compete at a high level consistently in the NFL. And if they want to find themselves having any chance of getting back into this game and winning this one, he's going to have to get a lot better with the ball.
And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
We're starting to see a lot of this on 3rd down, Mike, where they're going to rely on the run after catch to pick up these 3rd down conversions. You know what that depends on? You have to actually complete the ball, and in this case, it falls incomplete, brings up 4th down.
And that one not placed as well as he had hoped. It's all the way into the end zone for a touchdown. The Seahawks offense and Kenneth Walker ready to take over once more. And as a play caller, when you've got a guy who's running like this, you lean on him and your offensive line. He's had big opening after big opening and big numbers in this 1st half. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. Oh, the blitz gets there quickly, and down he goes. Leonard Floyd in there to drop him. Loss of 5 to start the drive.
When you can win so fast as an edge rusher, you put so much pressure on the quarterback to speed everything up. He can sense that pressure coming either from his front or back side. It either speeds up and leads to an errant throw, or in this case, it leads to a sack.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. On the ground, it's Walker. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that.
You know, Mike, what separates the really elite defensive edge players from everybody else is not only their ability to rush the passer. That's what everybody focuses on. But, man, the defensive ends that are good in the run game, those are the guys that never leave the field.
Now a timeout, Atlanta. That's their first. They'll talk things over before 3rd down. Working out of the gun, it's Darnold. Moving to his right. Big run here. He's tackled beyond the 35-yard line. Line of scrimmage is the 37-yard line for 1st and 10. Darnold now to throw. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp.
Darnold's pass complete to Cooper Kupp. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 43-yard line.
They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. From the shotgun, here's Darnold. This one complete to Bobo. And he's out of bounds inside the 45-yard line.
13 yards.
Call it a gain of 13. 1st down, Seattle.
Big-time completion here as they try to get some points before the half. And remember, they're getting the ball back after the break, so they get a chance to double up possessions here if they're able to put a scoring drive together in the closing stages of this half.
Not much there, maybe a yard.
He's brought down at the 42-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Second down and 8. They'll go play action with Darnold. That one thrown behind his target, and it'll be incomplete. He was looking for Kenneth Walker out of the backfield. And it'll be 3rd down.
Throughout this entire game, we've really seen this quarterback operate very efficiently, not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his passes. So can't let that last incomplete break what's been a really nice rhythm so far.
Got it with Smith and Jigba. Now Seattle going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Smith and Jigba, the man in motion. Darnold to throw on 1st down. Looking Smith and Jigba's way again, and again a catch.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
Here's Darnold again. Smith and Jigba left side. He's got it. And that's a 1st down. It will be a gain of 8. Timeout Seahawks. That is their 2nd as it comes to 22 seconds remaining till halftime. They're at the 17-yard line now for 1st and 10. Darnold to the air once more. To the middle, it's Kupp. And they continue to be tough to stop. Chance to extend the lead even further as they are set up with 1st and goal. Now Seattle will use the final timeout as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in half number 1. This has been some kind of march downfield now. Can they pay it off with 6? It's 1st and goal. Darnold to throw again. That one taken in. Cooper up. Touchdown Seahawks.
Touchdown Seattle.
You hear coaches, you hear commentators, everybody talks about that middle 4, Mike, the final 2 minutes of the second quarter and the first 2 minutes of the third quarter. Here they are now. They go down and they steal a late touchdown to end the half. Remember, they're going to get the ball first coming out of the break.
Myers now to add the PAT. His kick is good, and the Seahawks extend to a 24-3 lead.
Falcons 3. Jason Myers.
Very little time remaining in this first half as this kick is away. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback.
35-yard line.
From the 35, it's 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, it's Penix. And now a timeout. 7 seconds left in this first half.
To Drake London. It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard at the 44-yard line.
Now it's 2nd and 1. From the gun, it's Penix. That's going to wind up incomplete. Not much time remaining. Time for one more snap here in this first half.
Brings up 3rd down.
I really like the job the defense is doing, Mike, disguising what the coverage looks like before the snap and then what the coverage actually is after the snap. And I think the quarterback's having a hard time really figuring out what am I looking at, where are my targets, where's the coverage holes. And I think it's led to some really big plays by the defense here in the first half.
That's going to be incomplete. They took a shot on the final play. Prayer not answered. And that is how this first half will come to an end.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick recap of the first half, which has been strongly one-sided. This is heading towards blowout territory unless they can come from behind and get themselves a victory. Let's find out what happens in the second half. Let's go back out to the commentary team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Scott, thank you, my friend. Back here on EA Sports as we count down to the kickoff of this second half. Very one-sided first half of action. Will we get a turnaround? Let's find out. The third quarter is underway. From the 6, here comes a return. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. The Seahawks offense ready to get going again. They'll have it first in this third quarter. the bootleg. Here's Darnold. A throw on the move is caught. And good yardage there after the catch. They'll wind up with a gain of 7 on first down.
Brings up second.
This is a great example of why it's so critical that on defense, everybody does their job. You got a free hit blitzer coming right at the quarterback, but because they don't contain him in the pocket, they allow him to escape, and it doesn't allow that blitz to get home.
To throw is Darnold. Over the middle, Smith and Jigba with the grab. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line. It's a gain of 12 there. It's good for a Seahawks first down.
These hitch routes, they're usually just designed to pick up a few safe yards. An easy completion, get some rhythm for your quarterback. However, this time, he's able to make a little magic happen after the catch and turn it into something much bigger than even they were probably anticipating.
Oh, in trouble, and down he goes.
If there's any silver lining for this drive, Mike, it's the fact that at least this sack occurred on an early down. So I guess technically they have a chance to claw themselves out of this hole, but that's the third sack of the game. And this defense doesn't show any signs of slowing down.
Darnold to throw. They try to set up the screen, but this one doomed from the start. It's incomplete.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
Cup in motion. On third and long, here's Darnold. Throwing off his back foot, and it's taken in. He got a lot of what he needed, but just not enough. The mark is a couple of yards shy of the first down. Here comes fourth down.
I'm an aggressive guy by nature, Mike, so whenever I get fourth and short in plus territory, I want to go for it. You're not going to win many games in this league settling for field goals. You have to capitalize when you find yourself in a position to score.
The Falcons offense getting ready for their opening possession of this second half. This will begin at their own 13-yard line, so work to do starting with this 1st and 10. To throw is Penix. Now a screen going to be set up for Robinson. He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
Just a little slow developing on that screenplay there. It was pretty obvious to the entire defense exactly what was going on. Nobody was thinking pass. Nobody was getting back into their drops, and just nowhere for that back to go.
Plant. It's Penix. Defender draped all over him. Incomplete. Good work to body him up and set up a third down.
Brings up third down and
Protecting the ball anytime you throw the ball in the middle of the field is obviously critical, right? That's where tip passes, that's where all sorts of stuff happens when you put the ball in harm's way. But you also have to protect your receivers. There's a bit of a trust back and forth where the receivers say, hey, I'm willing to go across the middle and compete for the ball. But now you're my eyes. You have to protect me and make sure that the location of the ball doesn't run me into a big hit.
They get 10 yards on the hook up there. First down, Atlanta.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
You know, Mike, these crossing routes, you just see them being used more and more often. And really, it's because it's good against any defense. And what it does is it creates separation. It allows some of your best players to catch the ball on the move. And that short throw oftentimes turns into a long run.
We'll try to set up a tight-end screen with Pitts. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 29-yard line.
From the 29, here's second down and 7. And here's Bijan. Room to run at the 40. And they will finally get him down, but not before he takes this to the Falcons' 34-yard line. It's a big run by Robinson. 37 yards.
It's definitely nice to have one of those bruising, punishing backs, kind of help wear down the defense. And I'll tell you what, you can give me a flat-out electric runner like this guy any day of the week. He can turn on those jets, get in that high gear, and he is gone.
And he's going to be taken down. Not so easy this time. They drop him back behind the line. It's second down.
The key to great defensive line play is the get-off. When that ball moves, how fast can you get off the ball and get into the backfield? That's exactly what we saw here. Quick read, react, get off the block, take him down for a loss.
Well, over the middle, caught by London. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. His second catch of the drive, this one good for 15 and a first down.
Points have certainly been hard to come by in this one today, Mike, but it seems like this drive has been what they've been searching for. A little bit of rhythm, the ability to sustain. Now they got to finish. Now they got to capitalize on these first downs and go finish with 6.
We're going to go play action with Penix. He'll step up and run.
You know, Mike, nice job here by the quarterback, just understanding on these early downs, you just don't want to go backwards. So he's able to avoid the negative play, pick up a little bit, and mostly avoid the sack.
From the 20, here's second and 9. On the handoff, it's Robinson. And some good blocking at the point of attack. A pickup of 7, and it brings up third down.
At this point, we're going to need 2 hands to count for how many yards he's averaged in this one, Mike. But unfortunately, it just hasn't been enough to overcome the deficit here at this stage of the game.
They've moved the ball well here, but now face third and 2. Third and 2, and Penix. He's trying to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not, and be taken down there.
Feels like they needed that sack this entire drive. It feels like the defense was really on their heels. The offense was taking it to them really however they wanted to. So to be able to take a deep breath now, disrupt the rhythm of the drive by getting that sack, that might go a long way now to allow them to get off the field.
Out is Younghoe Koo to try the field goal. This a 31-yard attempt. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Falcons are able to put up 3 and cut into the lead.
And when you find yourself down double digits, you don't want to make habit of settling for these field goals. It does allow them to chip away a little bit and cut into this deficit, but they've got to find a way to score touchdowns.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This one taken at the 7. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The Seahawks offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. Ground, it's Walker to start the drive. And he'll take this to about the 28. Jordan Fuller in that time for the stop.
And he has been a handful to deal with throughout this entire contest, Mike. And they came into the game saying, we want to impose our will on the defense, and that's exactly what they've been able to do.
Here's a designed run.
on the keeper. A 2-yard gain on the play. And it's third down.
They'll come up to 3rd and 3. Darnold. This one broken up. It's incomplete. Good job separating the receiver from the ball, and it is 4th down.
And that's exactly how you teach it. They want these defenders to time the hit, that right when the ball gets there, you separate the receiver from the ball. And those are the ones on offense, man. You just have to make that catch, Mike. I know it's easier said than done, but you know the hit's coming. You've got to squeeze that thing, brace for impact, and make that play for your offense.
And that is good coverage by the punt team as they meet him and bring him down. Here comes the Atlanta offense now. They get set to take over once more. They are in need of points in a big way as they set out on 1st and 10. From the gun, here is Penix. Fine work there defensively. Got that hand in there. That pass is incomplete. Reek Woolen that time. Good coverage, and he breaks it up.
And you don't earn the reputation this guy has, Mike, without having some really elite ball skills at your disposal. I mean, he's universally considered one of the best corners in the entire league, and when he makes plays like this, it's pretty easy to see why.
On 2nd down, here's Penix. That's thrown right side, but incomplete.
There was no hesitation from the quarterback. From the jump, he knew where he wanted to go with that ball, but still leads to an incompletion. They're just still not quite on the same page.
2 incompletions to start the drive, and it leads to 3rd down and 10. From the gun, on 3rd down, here's Penix. And that is incomplete.
Missed opportunities like these are a big reason why they find themselves down double digits here in the 3rd quarter, Mike. Points on this possession could have gone a long way towards making this game competitive, but instead, poor execution, especially in the passing game, and it's another wasted drive.
The Seahawks offense and Sam Darnold heading back on the field. And you get a look at the numbers, they don't even tell the whole story. This has been a tremendous performance to this point. On 1st and 10, here comes Walker. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
Depending on the situation or the down and distance, Mike, the linebackers have different reads. Sometimes they read the offensive lineman. Sometimes they read the running back. In this case, his read brings him right to the play. He's able to make a big stop and keep the gain to nothing.
Keep it on the ground and keep it with Walker. Maybe a couple there. It's 3rd down.
He was brought down at the 13-yard line. It's a gain of 2 yards, and it's 3rd down.
From the shotgun, here's Darnold. It is brought in the end zone. Jackson, Smith, and Jigba. Touchdown, Seattle. Greg, they take advantage of the good field position and move it downfield for the score.
When you take the field as an offense, there's a little added confidence boost, Mike, when you see yourself this close to the end zone. You get into the huddle, you're anxious to see what the next couple plays are. They're able to take advantage and end up punching it in.
Now the point after try from Myers. And the Seahawks will extend this third quarter lead.
31, Falcons 6.
We got this.
After the TD, Myers comes on now to kick it away. Agnew on the return. And he'll get this up past the 20, and that's where they'll set up shop. The Falcons offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. So 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 22. They'll start on the ground with Robinson. The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3.
The tackle by Josh Jobe. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 26-yard line.
2nd down and 6 now from the 26. Here's Penix. That's caught left side by Pitts. And he's going to be run out after a gain of about 6, but that'll be good enough for a 1st down.
We'll give a little credit here defensively. Even though they allowed the 1st down, we've seen defenses really struggle bringing this big tight end to the ground, and they didn't allow him to pick up a bunch of yards after contact, but he was able to get just enough to pick up the 1st down.
It's a give up the middle to Robinson. And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 39-yard line.
A quick throw here, going to be taken by London. And it'll be taken down after a gain of 3, but that is good enough for a 1st down.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. Really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver, and then see what he can do after the catch.
He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe gets a yard out of that one. It's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Off the play fake, here's the lefty Penix. Flushed to his left. And it'll be brought down as we tick towards the end of this 3rd quarter. So, 3 quarters now in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. We're going to try to pick this up on 3rd and 8. Back to throw. Here's Penix. Over the middle, that's his tight end Pitts. His 2nd catch of the drive. This one good for 15 and a 1st down.
And this completion certainly won't be changing the outcome of the game by any means, but I do think there is something to be said for teams that continue to fight. They continue to try to at least finish this game and have something to build off of going into next week.
Pitts is the man in motion. A give, and here comes Robinson. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
Heck of an effort by this runner, Mike, just to get back to the line of scrimmage. I think most backs around the league, that play would have resulted in a loss, but Not this guy. Continued to fight, continued to do everything he could to prevent the loss, but it still stopped for no gain.
On play action, Penix, and he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long. DeMarcus Lawrence getting in for the sack, and that's going to lead to 3rd and very long.
This offense, they just can't establish any sort of rhythm. There's just no way to sustain any scoring drives when your quarterback is being pressured and sacked this often.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. Looking to throw, it's Penix. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So anytime you find yourself in 3rd and long, it's hard to really be unpredictable as a play caller because the defense knows it's most likely going to be a pass. They understand where the down and distance markers are, and there's really nowhere for him to go with the ball, and he has to throw it away.
Going to leave the offense out there for 4th and long. They'll try and throw it with Penix. This is caught. He's got a long way to go. And he is not going to get there. Short of marker. And that's going to be a turnover on downs.
You find yourself down big. It's the 4th quarter. There's really no choice but to go for this at this point. But once again, this defense, they're up to the task, and they come through yet again with a huge stop.
Out comes the Seattle offense as they get ready for their next possession. This one appears to be safe in hand. It has been a clinical performance to this point. Now they'll try to finish up strong. From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. A tight end in motion now. Finding room across midfield. And he will score! Kenneth Walker, touchdown Seahawks. We might need a calculator before this one is done. It has been one-sided, and the route rolls on, Greg.
Absolutely, Mike, and they just keep piling on the points. I mean, this offensive play caller, he's saying it's never enough. I'm going to try to score with every possession, and we've seen him do that all game long.
Myers now to add the PAT. He gets it to go, and the Seahawks add on to their already sizable lead.
Falcons 6.
After the TD, Myers comes on now to kick it away. McLeod now to return. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. The Falcons offense back onto the field for their next possession. Operating from their own 23, they'll begin 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, it's Penix. He takes off.
Well, that scramble is ultimately going to end up short of the 1st down, Mike, but it's going to help quite a bit. That's a great job by the quarterback, just taking what the defense gives you, get downfield, pick up good yardage.
33-yard line.
An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. On the give, it's Robinson. And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
It's a gain of a yard.
Well, here's where you really see the value of having a good run. 3rd and short, 4th and short. The ability to just keep it simple, win up front, turn around, hand the ball to your back, and to say, okay, more likely than not, we're going to get a fresh set of downs, maintain possession, and now continue to find opportunities to go generate points.
First down throw there is incomplete.
Dropping a catchable ball is one of the worst feelings. It feels like the entire stadium is laughing at you, and all I know is, firsthand, you just want to get another opportunity to put that one behind you.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Penix. Open man down the field, Mooney. And he is out of bounds all the way down at the 35-yard line. It is a big play there for the Falcons. 31 yards.
1st and 10.
Here's 1st and 10.
Yard line.
The zone read. This is Penix. Just a short gain to the 33-yard line.
You know, Mike, early in my time in Carolina, we were kind of on the forefront of this NFL zone read revolution. Cam Newton, one of the best to ever do it. I have seen up close and personal, when you run the zone read the right way, it is a nightmare for a defense to defend.
Penix now off the bootleg. Out wide, that's Robinson. And a good job rallying to the football, holding just a gain of a yard and sets up 3rd down.
A gain of a yard brings up 3rd and 7.
Throwing is Penix. This offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another set.
Been a largely forgettable performance from this offense up until this point, Mike. I mean, these sacks, they just continue to stop so many of their drives throughout the entire game. And then you look up at the scoreboard, and it pretty much reflects that here in the 4th quarter.
Let's see what they do here. This is 4th and long. They're going on 4th down. It's Penix. And he's going to have a Falcons 1st down. That was something else. A big pickup on 4th and long to give him a new set of downs.
You know, it's really been a one-sided game, but how often do we see in the 4th quarter the team that finds themselves down by a lot, they start to come alive? I think it's a combination of trying to end the game on a positive note, but also sometimes that defense getting a little lackadaisical.
And the Falcons are going to be set up with a 1st and goal. Good running. Gets them down to about the 4-yard line.
That's another.
Wow, this is the advantage to having a really effective passing game, Mike, as the defense now tries to adjust to stopping you through the air. It's a lot easier to mix it up and run the ball. There's a lot less defenders in there trying to stop you.
Now Penix. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long. Ernest Jones in there to drop him that time. It's a loss of 7.
Even when it seems like they're putting a nice drive together, Mike, they just can't seem to escape this pass rush. It has been relentless all game long, and they get him here again.
Going in the wrong direction. Now 2nd and goal from the 12. They'll throw. It's Penix. Whoa! And they are into the end zone for the first time today. Bijan Robinson, touchdown Falcons. Well, it's not going to be enough, but at least they find the end zone at the end of a hard week's work. At least a little payoff with a touchdown, Greg.
Mike, you can just chalk this one up in the column of too little, too late. Give credit to this offense for not going down without a fight, but they're not going to have enough time to find themselves back in this one.
Younghoe Koo now for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Falcons will get just a bit closer.
Seahawks 38, Falcons 13.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This taken in at the 8-yard line, and he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Seahawks offense and Kenneth Walker ready to take over once more.
27-yard line.
Start on the ground, and he'll wind up getting about 4 before he's shown the sideline.
Out of bounds at the 31-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
From the 31, here is 2nd down and 6. Off the play fake, it's Darnold. Outright Smith and Jigba has it. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down.
The best quarterbacks, Mike, they have an internal clock in their head. How does my protection match up with the rush and the route concept I'm trying to attack downfield? In this case, he's looking downfield, realizes quickly this ball's got to come out, checks it down to his underneath drag, picks up what he can.
Smith in Jigba, the man in motion. Give him 14 on that one. 1st down, Seattle.
A gain of 14. 1st down, Seattle.
Waste of time. Does this have to happen?
Now it just seems like this offense is piling on. I mean, after a day where they have completely dominated their opponent, a lot of offense would just be content with handing this ball off. But not this group. They continue to throw the ball, and they continue to get chunk plays, and they showed they're not going to slow down until that final whistle blows.
That's dropped off for Walker, and he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard.
So often for a defense defending the passing game, the most difficult guy to account for is the running back out of the backfield. So a really nice job here, bringing him down before he has a chance to pick up any yards after the catch.
Here's Darnold again. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete.
Well, I think the two of us kind of looked at each other up here in the booth, Mike, like, oh, a little surprised they're still throwing the ball at this stage of the game with the lead, but when you've had as much success through the air that they've had today, I don't think I can blame them for trying to pad the stats a little bit.
Throwing on 3rd down is Darnold. That is incomplete. Great work to get in there, make things difficult defensively, and it sets up 4th down.
And on that 3rd down, they thought an easy way to pick it up and get some positive yards would go to their quick game, but it didn't seem like the receiver and the quarterback were on the same page, and now brings up 4th down.
The Falcons offense ready to take over possession of the football.
At their own 24-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. Pitts is the man in motion. The drive will begin here with a run by Robinson. And he broke through the initial contact, winds up getting about 3. It's 2nd down.
28-yard line.
And as of right now, they find themselves trailing at the moment, but it's certainly not because of the ground game. I mean, he's averaging over 4 yards per carry. Just hasn't been enough to overcome some of their shortcomings elsewhere.
They'll go again with Robinson. And he will pick up a 1st down up to the 37-yard line.
It's a gain of 8. That's good for a Falcons 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Another run here for Robinson. And this time they are ready for him. Thrown for a loss. And it's 2nd down.
Great job by that linebacker timing his blitz. He didn't give any indication to the offense that he was coming. And he's able to get through that hole and take the ball carrier down for a loss.
Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. To throw is Penix. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very good there. Contact jarring the ball loose. And it's going to force 3rd down. Pitts is the man in motion. On 3rd down, Penix. That's the tight end, Pitts. And he'll be out of bounds, well short of the line to gain. And that'll set up 4th down.
It's 4th down.
So the hope is when you call these underneath drag routes, you're trying to have your tight end come out the backside of the defense in space. So when you put the ball on him early, it leads to big yards after the catch. In this case, they don't get the real big play they were hoping for, but they'll definitely take it.
Now, deep ball for London. That is incomplete. They couldn't get the connection on 4th. Gonna give the ball over on down.
Turnover on downs.
The Seahawks offense ready to get back at it. And a few kneel downs should do it here. Defensively, they do still have those 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. Darnold to throw on 1st down. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And good yardage there after the catch. They'll wind up with a gain of 7 on 1st down.
It's a gain of 7.
Not every pass has to be thrown downfield. You can rely on the run after catch, especially a big body like this tight end. Get the ball in his hands early and let him pick up the rest after the catch.
2nd down, they need 3. On play action, here's Darnold. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him.
Well, as they face this possible 3 and out following that 2nd down sack, now if you're the quarterback, you've got to be thinking, get the ball out of my hand, find a matchup I like downfield, and try to push this ball past the sticks and keep this drive alive.
Third down and 9. They'll go play action with Darnold. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And he will be taken down. We'll see if they want to use those timeouts, but this one is about done. That's the second time they connect on this drive. This one good for 13 yards. Tight end motioning left. So it's a win here for the visiting Seahawks. They were forced to travel cross-country. They get the early start, 10 a.m. on their body clocks. They're happy now. They come away with the victory. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. So long, everybody.